We're gonna have to do a drinking game. What is going on? My goodness, what is going on? There's nobody paying attention anymore.
We're invisible.
Have we become ghost JP since we ate all this food?
I don't know. We might be invisible, guys.
Yeah, that's one of my worst fears, everybody. Is that you become an invisible ghost without you knowing it, and it's like, oh, you know. And we're in an empty place, and it's just workers here, and it's like we're the only customers here, and then all the customers are outside. This is like waking up into it. You didn't realize you woke up into a nightmare because you've been awake the entire time. Hey everybody, call me Felix, and we had a Twilight Zone moment of existential proportions in which JP and I either became ghosts or slipped into total delusion, to the extent we thought we were dead without us knowing, in the middle of a virtually empty modern Japanese food hall in Bonifacio Global City Manila, where the waiters were also like ghosts of a house that they once haunted. But we have to thank our waiter, our hero, our MVP, Clyde, the Filipino Clyde, Drexler. For down in this space of Kiwami Food Hall, it's always 1992. We have so much to say about Clyde later on in this episode as nothing short of our Lord and Savior, but we have to talk about this wonderful place called Kiwami Food Hall. Situated inside the Bonifacio High Street complex is Kiwami Food Hall, which houses 4 Japanese restaurants, specializing in specific sorts of Japanese favorite dishes, and one that sells Hokkaido Soft Serve desserts. Don't overlook dessert in this Japanese food heaven, because there's one item from Hokkaido Soft Serve that is absolutely extraordinary, and we'll get to that closer to the end of this video. One half of the Kiwami Food Hall is anchored by 2 brands that are well known and well established in the Philippines: Ippudo for ramen and Yabu for katsu. Ippudo requires no introduction, and it's a globally recognized chain for Hakata-style ramen, and in Metro Manila, you can find a high concentration of Ippudo ramen shops in upscale areas. For our bowl of ramen, we ordered the Karaka Special, an umami-forward spicy tonkatsu ramen with a huge slab of torched, slow-roasted Chashu pork, firm-thin noodles, soft-boiled egg, and miso paste, among other things. We also had to accompany our ramen with Ippudo signature pork bun, a small bundle of food joy as the perfect prelude to our Ippudo ramen. The other Manila famous brand here at Kiwami Food Hall is Yabu, best known for their katsu sets. We just had to order one of Yabu's premium Kurobuta Pork Tonkatsu sets, which certainly doesn't come cheap at 650 pesos plus, depending on the cut you choose. There wasn't any hire tenderloin or the slightly fattier cut of Kurobuta pork available, and so we had to settle for the rosu, which definitely isn't a downgrade, since Kurobuta pork is considered the creme de la creme of pork meats, cut from the Black Berkshire pig. The other half of Kiwami Food Hall comprises of 2 well-known Japanese establishments that haven't made quite the splash in the Philippines just yet, that Ippudo and Yabu have. One of these is Hannosuke, a restaurant that only specializes in tempura and tendon sets. As someone who's generally skittish about eating rice when tasked to make a buffet of any food hall, I avoided the tendon sets mainly because the Ippudo ramen was already picking up the carbs. So, I opted for just 6 shrimp tempura a la carte, just to try the quality of the tempura. I've been to Kiwami on repeat visits, and after the first one, I can vouch that the tendon sets are packed with some really premium tempura, such as unagi squid and scallop kakiage, and even heirloom tendon sauce. The Hannosuke tendon sets are definitely heavy meals unto themselves, but on this first visit, I was at the time leery about being disappointed by tempura. Another item I had some reservations about ordering way too much from was yakitori from the 4th Japanese restaurant known as Hachibei, a famed yakitori establishment from Japan, just introduced in Kiwami Food Hall. What separates Hachibei from other yakitori apparently is its use of binchotan charcoal, derived from oak trees, and due to the thickness of the charcoal, binchotan charcoal is slow burning, imbuing a gentle smoky flavor into anything that's grilled. There's a wide assortment of yakitori skewers to choose from, such as butabara rolls and Snake River Farms Wagyu steak. You can choose yakitori bento box sets and sampler platters of Hachibei's special skewers. I found getting a platter of 10 sticks a bit excessive at under 1,300 pesos, and so I felt 5 skewers at 480 pesos would suffice to get a good read on the quality of Hachibei's yakitori. So, for me, this was the ideal mix and match buffet meal here at Kiwami Food Hall. Focus on the Ippudo ramen, which never disappoints, and concentrate on the items that intrigue the most. But no matter what combination you go with, always end it with a Hokkaido Soft Serve item, and in subsequent visits to Kiwami, I always end it with this item, the chocolate lava cake with Hokkaido Soft Serve ice cream. So without further ado, here's our review of Kiwami Food Hall in BGC, and we have to introduce you people to Clyde, the Filipino Clyde Drexler. Look out for Clyde on your next visit to Kiwami Food Hall, and you'll see why he's our MVP. We even filled out a survey card later, etching in stone that Clyde is our MVP, and he'll be your MVP too.
By the way, my name is Clyde.
Clyde?
Yes, po, sir.
Okay.
Clyde po, sir. As in
Clyde.
Clyde.
Okay,
Clyde,
Clyde.
sir. Clyde.
Clyde, like Bonnie and
Clyde
Clyde.
Drexler.
Right, okay.
First step
So what
po
is this for? Can you just tell us
This
first?
for the legal for Yabu, sir.
For the Yabu.
katsu, yes po. So
For the
first, just grind the
katsu.
sesame seed with the pestle mortar po. And then for the katsu sauce, for the katsu sauce, and then mix it with your chopsticks. Then
Okay.
it's ready for dipping for the katsu.
And then this-
Mama dressing po, this is for the cabbage.
Oh, the cabbage. Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. So I've never had Yabu before. And it's weird. So we are here at Kiwami Food Hall. Kiwami Food Hall has 4 different Japanese restaurants. So you don't ever have to sacrifice which one you want to go to, and because it saves you on time. So
Lots of
we're
choices.
yeah. Okay.
So this is for the katsu, right? So he says
Yeah.
to go ahead and grind this up,
yeah.
put katsu sauce in it, and then this is for your cabbage, right?
Oh, okay.
So should I start?
Yeah, do so.
Alright.
So what's in here? Sesame seeds.
Black and white sesame seed, toasted sesame seeds. my bad.
Awesome.
Wow, this is gonna be a good sauce.
So I have never had Yabu before.
They make you work for your sauce here, guys.
Yeah. So the first time having it, and I figured, hey, you know, Ippudo I've had a few times already. It's a consistently good ramen. And then there's some other 2 that I've never heard of that are definitely from Japan, I think. Hannosuke for tempura, and then to my head, Yakitori Hachibei.
So they each have their specialty, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So,
So
base-
ramen, yakitori,
tempura,
tempura, and
and then tonkatsu.
tonkatsu. Okay. Which is what this is
Yeah.
for.
So basically, you can have a full-on Japanese buffet, is what this is, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you try a little of everything? So I got basically one dish from every single stall that's here. Ooh,
Serving your tempura 6 pieces.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your tempura.
Thank you. So the smart thing to do, if I shall say so myself, is you should get ramen on there, okay, from Ippudo, which means extra starch. So which means that you shouldn't be eating rice. So you should get tempura on the side instead, shrimp tempura. So and I suppose Mr. Hannosuke, if I'm Mr. Hannosuke, they specialize in different types of tempura, but I'm like, usually so with the tempura and the yakitori, I just kind of treated it as just do their specialties and then just leave room for the ramen and then the katsu set, which from Yabu, which they use Kurobuta pork. Ooh, looking forward to that. Yeah, Kurobuta pork. Amazing. So I'm gonna wait for all the food to get here, and then once that's all here, then we're gonna give everything a try. Oh, look at that face. It's like, maybe you should try your tempura now. Okay, fine. I'll try one piece, everyone. Yeah, I didn't like that look on his face, so I was like,
No,
okay.
actually, because I spilled some of that sauce.
All right, and like you should probably try it while it's really hot.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, so I'm gonna forgive myself when doing the screen cap to would that be okay. I'm gonna mix this looks like
is that?
looks like some radish, I think.
Radish and tempura sauce.
Yeah, well, let's get that all incorporated. Nice. So yes, anyway, the camera doesn't know that this is 6 pieces, so we're just gonna make it seem like we ordered only 4.
Serving your pork bun.
Ah, the pork bun.
Oh, the pork buns are here too. Another
good.
Ippudo signature item. So you gotta save room for this as well. Those Ippudo pork buns. Wow. Okay. We'll try one tempura piece. Shrimp tempura. With this sauce. Ooh, thank you. Okay, let's give this a try.
How is it? I'm gonna take the smaller one.
I like the shrimp that's plump. That batter is pretty light. Not really crunchy though. Or anything like really crispy, but it's not soggy. It's good.
How is it compared to your tempura from that other, what's that other restaurant?
Kapui Mamura in Okada. Which restaurant? It's been a while. Everyone, they don't like. Gotta remember here.
The day before yesterday.
The day before yesterday. The day before yesterday.
Japanese restaurant. We went up 3rd floor.
Oh, okay. What Japanese restaurant was it again?
Not memorable then.
They're obviously not memorable.
Oh, this is really good.
But this is really good.
It's really tasty.
And really, it's a shrimp that's plump and it's bouncy. Yeah, and that batter's, you know, thin. It's not a really crispy batter, but it's really light and it's browned nicely too.
Tasty.
And this is fresh oil that they use too. Oh, Tendon Kohaku.
Yeah, that one.
That one. See people with, oh yeah, that's right. I didn't blog Tendon Kohaku
Oh,
yet.
that's why.
Yeah, that's the reason why. But yeah, this is really fresh tempura. This is like really good. Really delicious.
The breading is so good.
And that breading is really like the right balance between, you know, it's not too crispy, but it's like just light.
And the shrimp is really fresh.
And it's brown. You know, you get a little bit like, you know how like when you brown, like when it becomes golden brown, that batter, right? It doesn't taste like it's really fresh oil, right?
Very fresh oil.
But there's still a comforting quality about that, you know, breading, right? You can see here like a little bit like little air bubbles here, just a bit from that batter. So it looks really good, tastes really delicious. Once more, the strong quality really is that quality of that shrimp. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll get into the pork buns later, but we're waiting for our food still to take pictures and such. Okay, back in a bit.
What are you gonna start with?
I guess I will go with the one I'm most interested in, which is this.
The katsu.
Okay. All right, everyone, the food has arrived. There's our tempura kind of like sitting out there. We had it, that's delicious. We both got Karakamen from Ippudo, like the torch shashao. It's spicy umami stuff. Can't wait for that. We have some Yakitori skewers here. Very nicely grilled. Very nice. Ippudo buns, or the pork buns from Ippudo, you gotta have that. I'm gonna start off with this, which is the Kurobuta. This is the Rosu Kurobuta Pork Tonkatsu. Now they don't have the hire, so this one should be. It's you know what Kurobuta pork is. It's basically like it's practically. It's like you would think it's like the black. You know, it's basically like the upscale version of pig, right? Kurobuta pork. So I'm gonna get a slice here. Look at this.
Before you do that,
ooh, juicy. But before we do that, we gotta remember about our sauce.
Yeah,
so
this is
JP was kind enough to use the pestle to grind the black and white sesame seeds.
finely ground.
Finely ground. And then we have some katsu sauce. Yes. We're gonna mix that in there. But I just want to show you that pork for a bit. Look at that portion here. Nice and juicy. I'm gonna get one from the middle, this one here. It's small. Okay, go ahead.
More?
Yeah, put some more. And I guess for me, I'm not sure if we should just drown it out with all that sauce.
Huh.
I think so, right? That's a logical thing for me. And then that's the cabbage sauce. You're gonna pour it on top of this mound of cabbage. Ooh. From up high. Ooh. Making it rain. looks like Thousand Island dressing or something like a sesame paste dressing, but a little lighter in texture, I think. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this nice luscious Kurobuta pork rosu. The bottom is falling off there. I'll just have to make do. And I'm gonna chase it with some of that cabbage. Oh, okay. There we go.
Just to mix that.
The katsu is really tender. That pork, that Kurobuta pork. There's just a little bit of fat to make it really moist. But what you get is really like just that meatiness of the pork. What I mean by that is like the fleshiness of it. With enough fat to kind of go going through it. I'm gonna chase it with some cabbage. There you go.
Thank you.
There's a creamy sesame dressing.
Miso? Is there miso in there? No.
No, I don't really detect that. But there's something, yeah, there's like a little bit of like more of sesame, I think, for me. Let me see, try to get that middle piece there. Oh, you're gonna try the cabbage out.
Yeah, I'll try the cabbage. Good.
Let me try that one with the crust.
That's good.
It's got a good creaminess there, which I really like, because I don't
this.
like it kind of liquidy. And then put in that sauce. And what I like about it, that pork, is it doesn't really have anything that's like off-putting about it. It's really good. It's tender, it's juicy. It's almost like chicken to me. Like really clean tasting pork.
And that breading is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like really light.
Yes, really
Crispy.
like, really, yeah, that's really flavorful.
Oh,
Yeah. So again, if you've had katsu before, especially like in the States as we know it, that's generally speaking not katsu. I'm gonna dip some in that mustard.
it's really not. In the States, it's just like that
All about that oil.
shake
right?
and bake
Yeah, shake and bake.
and some pork.
There's almost like I don't know, I get a little bit of like a cornflakes quality out of it, like a cornflake sweetness, but not too much.
You can tell they're using like oil once. They don't
Yeah.
redo the oil.
They don't
again.
redo the
it's
oil
really
at all.
clean.
It's very clean.
Really clean, right?
There's wasabi mustard. Yeah.
No.
Adds a little more dimension too. Get that part with that wasabi mustard.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's
It's
good.
basically Japanese mustard, or like
Yeah.
wasabi. I really like that wasabi.
Fresh wasabi.
kick. With fresh wasabi too. And then with that sesame, freshly ground sesame katsu sauce. Wow. Really is like, you know, you get that nice nuttiness that's refined, but not
And
overly
there's like
done.
a bite,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a really good bite.
Yeah, and then that just adding a little bit of that wasabi mustard, even if you dip it in there, does not drown out at all. It complements really well the flavors.
Perfect compliment.
That's delicious.
Really good.
Okay. I'm not sure where to go to next, but
Pork
so we
buns.
tried the pork buns. Yes, the Ippudo pork bun. This is like one of those must orders that you should get. And there's a big, nice slab of pork belly. Of course, there's enough produce to give you a little bit of like an edge. So there's like a piece of lettuce in there, and then some other dressing. Looks really nice. Of course, let's try it together. JP's
Alright.
not had Ippudo, so
Ippudo bun. Okay, let's try this.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Wow.
I really love that pork belly fat kind of just melting as it goes into the bun. Makes it even more unctuous. And that soft pillowy bun.
That's good.
Really delicious.
And that, what's that? Japanese mayo? Really complements it.
Yeah.
The fat.
Gives a
off
little
the
zing.
Belly. Oh my gosh.
That's so good. And that is a good prelude, everyone, to our ramen. And we have here one big slab of chashu ramen. And of course, there's a soft-boiled egg in here, some seaweed. I see some chili paste here. I think that, yeah, there's some chili paste in here. I'm gonna just try the soup out just by itself before mixing everything together. Wow.
Wow.
It's really oniony.
Super rich.
It is really rich. Without putting those onions in there, it's oniony. And you want that in there because there's like a kick from the pepper, just a teensy bit. And then really a lot of pork flavors. Especially like the charring of the pork here. That's what you get in there. Like there's a toasted quality about it. Toasted charred quality about the broth already. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and mix all this. Not until, of course, adding a little more of that soup. Now there's a bit of a salty edge there, but it kind of just goes away after a while. This looks really delicious. I'm gonna not be so gentle with my seaweed, just like put it in there. Oh,
It's just to put that in there? The seaweed?
the seaweed?
These noodles.
Oh, you can get that
Steam
incorporated.
off this.
Yes.
Delicious.
So we got here some firm noodles, not the very firmest noodles, just firm enough. Yeah, how I like my noodles for sure. Go ahead and give it a try.
That's it.
Soup and then some noodle. Yeah,
Yeah. That chili kick. Awesome.
yeah.
Spicy.
So this is like an umami-laden chili ramen.
Noodles really good. Very eggy.
Yes. Let me try and get mine. Ooh, big helping of onions too. Love that. There we go. Now, probably for me, I wish I got the extra hard one. Kind of give it more tension, but it's really like a soft, eggy noodle. Really smooth, eggy noodle. Rich. It complements the broth well. I'm gonna get some with the chashu, which is just falling apart before I even get to it. It's falling apart.
Super
with the
soft.
chopstick. Yeah, super soft chashu pork. That pork is really disintegrating, and you get that beautiful charred flavor. It's almost like a charred sesame paste taste.
It's like an excellent cut of pork.
Huh?
It's like an excellent cut of pork.
It is.
It's like a filet mignon of pork, right? I mean,
It's
delicious.
buttery, isn't it?
Yeah, buttery,
A really
soft,
buttery
really like
piece of
melts in your
pork
mouth.
belly. Yeah. Melt in your mouth good.
Wow. Wow, wow, and wow.
Yeah, it is good stuff. As you would expect from Ippudo. Mainly. An excellent ramen.
The egg you just split open?
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite. One of my favorite parts is just to take some of that egg. Yes. Well, golden ray of sunshine. Yeah, I just split this open.
You just put it in?
Yeah. Or you can just eat like a half of it and then incorporate the rest in there. That's how I usually do it. Yeah. Look at the egg, just runny goodness out of there. Yeah. I'll try some of that tamago myself. Some of it's kind of gotten into the soup. I don't mind that.
I can see this being like really comfort food on a really cold day in Japan.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, which kind of necessitates like having to go there and eat this because it's a different experience rather than eating in an air-conditioned hall where it's like 90 degrees and 93% humidity, right? Okay. I feel like I got a really suffused bite of like that seaweed in there, like that tea, like
That seaweed just also helps that flavoring.
a gentle green tea flavor, which is a sign of a good seaweed. With just enough fishiness, enough taste of the ocean in there, add something different. Yes. Really, really good stuff. For me, I would say I wish the noodles a little less eggy, a little less soft, but it is really, really good. Unctuous noodle soup, flavor packed. So I'll get around to comparing all the ramen around here. Because I took JP out to Ramen Nagi off camera before, and that kind of remains as like for me like really like the, I don't know if I would like say standard, but for me that's my favorite. But there's I'm curious about JP's opinion about this, especially kind of remembering this with Ramen Nagi.
You know, I like ramen nagi, but this one, the pork is delicious. It's just soft, melt in your mouth, buttery.
Yeah, it is.
But I like the broth of ramen nagi better.
Yeah.
For some reason. But I mean, the broth is good here.
Yes.
But I think you're right about that, the noodles.
Yeah.
But it did sit for a little bit, so maybe it cooked a little bit more.
That's true. That's true. So, yeah. I like ramen nagi a little more for the you can customize it. Oh, we gotta go to Mendokuro one of these days. Mendokuro ramen bar. That's a really good one too. I'm gonna interject there, but yeah, of course this is really solid. Ippudo, as you would expect, like one of the standard bearers of really great ramen.
This is really good though.
Yeah, it's very good. Okay, we have some dessert.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, lava cake with Hokkaido Soft Serve ice cream. That sounds heavenly. But we should try out some skewers. JP got some chicken skewers of his own. And so these are chicken wing yakitori skewers. I don't really have any sauce on the side here.
Is this for design or do we put this on there?
You should probably squeeze some lemon on there. Yeah. Where is it on mine?
Here.
Oh, okay.
My hands are sanitized. Don't worry.
Yes, indeedy. Okay, there we go. Now, of course we let this cool a little bit as we're taking pictures and taking video footage and whatnot. But I like the crust of the skin. Nice charring. Just put it in that Yabu sauce instead. Really good?
Yeah.
Yay, we can mix all the things then. Okay.
I mean, by itself, it's good. Very simple, very clean, very classic, right? But I would prefer a little bit of sauce on there.
Me too. Yeah, I get it though. It tastes like really good chicken. Now, let me try some of these, what do I think this is? Chicken with, I'll have to look this up.
Breast or thigh?
Looks like breast to me. With some, what looks like some mayo on the top. I'm gonna have to review what this is as far as like on the footage. But see what it tastes like. If indeed this is chicken breast, which I think it is, moist, it's moist, Again, good charring with a bit of like that sauce on that soy sauce blend. Getting a little of that. It's quite good. For me, of course, it's like, you know, generally kind of plain, right? But it tastes good. It tastes good. The cooking is grilling is really good. And like that's usually what I don't really understand about yakitori. It's like it's all about like the quality of the ingredient, I think. But as far as like it being like flavor bomb town,
Do you think? I mean, they're making a big deal of the binchotan. Is that the coal or whatever
yeah, the charcoal that they use. Well, of course.
So maybe that's what gives it a different taste.
Yeah, it gives it like a different taste. There's nothing like too brown about it, right? And it's really about how well it burns, right? It kind of offers like a little bit less of like a bitterness. There's not as, you know, like you use charcoal, or like let's say you're grilling over like charcoal briquettes and you got to put lighter fluid and such, and then poof. I think what happens is it transfers a bit of that bitterness once you have to cook it fully, right? Here there's a kind of like I wouldn't say it's overly smoky, but there's something that's not off-putting at all about.
It's a clean smoky.
It's a very clean smoke is exactly it. Okay, this looks like some bacon and cheese and such. That sounds amazing. I think this will all be gone in one bite. There's a good portion of cheese to bacon. That bacon's like the gentle saltiness, gentle meatiness, and then that cheese, good proportion, I think, to the bacon. This one I do like a lot. Okay. I tried the chicken meatball out next. You can see it's flecked with a lot of some herbs, a good charring there. The front, yeah, this looks delicious. Now I'm gonna try it.
Sorry.
Herbaceous.
I love the texture. You know, there's like the coarseness of the meat that's still there, and then the smoothness of that paste, and there's plenty of onion flavor there, especially because it's grilled so nicely on the outside.
Looks very Middle Eastern, right?
Well, kind of, but more Japanese, of course, because it's using soy,
Yeah.
right? So there's not like an emphasis on yogurt or anything like that. But what it is those green onions keep the stick moist, and then beautiful thing about it is when you get some of that brown from the grilling, it almost is like a caramelization there. It happens when you bite into it. This is really good too, the chicken meatball. Again, we kind of let this cool. So if you get it like straight away hot, it's gonna be like a big time texture and flavor explosion. Okay, a little bit dropped in my soup, whatever. It all goes in the same way, it doesn't matter. Okay, last on our 5 skewers, looks like some awesome pork belly. You can see there. Good, and I love that little char mark on the end with that belly fat. That looks really good. Again, you know, the pork here, and there's a common thread, of course, is that there's nothing off-putting about it that's like a little bit like, you know, like a creamy barnyard flavor. None of that. I'm gonna dip a little bit in that mustard because I believe yakitori could use a little more Yeah, wasabi mustard. I think they really should put more of that on there.
It's like liquid gold.
Yeah, that is really good. So I love that constitution. It's really moist with the belly fat. It doesn't feel too mushy. There's a firmness there. There's
Belly
a sweetness
moist.
there. Yeah.
Belly moist.
So I wasn't really a fan of the chicken wing skewers. I mean, they kind of taste plain. Same with this, but the last 3 with the bacon and cheese, and then the chicken meatball paste, And then this one, the pork belly, really, really delicious. Really delicious. So get more of that, those three. These I'm not really a fan of, but you know, who knows? Okay, so we're gonna finish all this food. We are, I think. And then we're gonna get a lava cake with Hokkaido ice cream for dessert. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait for that. Okay, back in a bit, everybody. Delicious stuff here. Okay, I told you that I was gonna finish all that food, and I did. I really did. Yeah. We're
Like
still
that.
waiting for our but instead we're gonna wait for our lava chocolate cake with Hokkaido Soft Serve. Anong tawag dito? Lava chocolate cake. Anong tawag dito? With
We're saying that out loud, guys,
Hokkaido
because we've been
Soft
sitting
Serve.
here for about 10 minutes and nobody's been.
Yeah.
Look at how many people are here.
Oh man, look at all the people. Oh, there's people outside.
Sorry, but there's nobody in here.
But there's nobody in here.
Waiting for our cake for like the last 10 minutes, so we want
Yeah.
to see how much longer it's gonna be.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they were actually paying more attention to that table over there with nobody there and cleaning it up. Yeah. I almost said
because they left us a little.
they left us a survey card, everybody. That's something you shouldn't do, especially with someone with a camera. Yeah, you bet you I will say watch our vlog and subscribe to the channel, and which you should, guys. It's never too early to put the spiel in there, and as we wait for the ice
Thumbs
cream.
up. Give a thumbs up.
Give me a thumbs up. And
Subscribe,
and
guys.
anong tawag dito? So we're kind of having our stupid inside jokes because of our guide in Bohol. If you're out there and you remember what your name is, yeah, that's you.
You're gonna be famous.
You're gonna be famous, especially when you to see Kihor. Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Anong tawag dito? And he always had that kind of expression with like, hey, what happened to a drinking game? What is going on? My goodness, what is going on? There's nobody paying attention anymore.
We're invisible.
Have we become Ghost JP since we ate all this food?
I don't know. We might be invisible, guys. Nobody's even come up to us yet.
Yeah, that's one of my worst fears, everybody. Is that you become an invisible ghost that without you knowing it, and it's like, oh, you know. And we're in an empty place, and it's just workers here, and it's like we're the only customers here, and then all the customers are outside. This is like what waking up into it. You didn't realize you woke up into a nightmare because you've been awake the entire time.
It's really like surreal. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. Should I just say it? Can I get my lava cake and ice cream? Anybody? Somebody?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm not a ghost anymore. Oh, good. Huh?
Order lava cake for your dessert, right?
Yeah, lava cake with Hokkaido Soft Serve ice cream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And all of a sudden, he showed up. Okay, Chad, what are we gonna put on there? He's the only one that responded, so you might as well put something good on that list. Chad noticed.
He was okay. If you had any
His name is
concern,
Clay noticed.
no,
us.
his name is Clyde.
Clyde.
He's not Clay
Oh,
Thompson.
Clyde. Okay.
Okay.
So give him good marks on there.
Was he the
Sorry,
manager?
No.
No, he wasn't. Were you happy with the manager's response? What impressed you? How can we improve? What impressed me? Clyde.
Yeah.
Clyde
the
the
order
Glide
level.
Drexler. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's all. Okay, I'll write stuff down as well. Before getting back to getting our dessert, I'll just write a review myself. Yeah, there you go. There's the name of the blog right there. Exactly. There it is. Okay. Just so you know. Okay, back to reviewing. Okay, everyone. At last, we got our dessert. And all thanks to Clyde. Yeah. Clyde saw us. And so we thought that we were turning invisible. And we're like, it's like one of those like most hit like Twilight Zone nightmares. Or something like that. That we didn't realize we slipped.
The world snapped out of it for a second.
Yeah, we didn't really like. We slipped into it somehow.
But you guys
and then,
saw it.
And Clyde brought us back to life, so that's awesome. So anyway, this is a lava cake with Hokkaido Soft Serve ice cream. So what's the logical thing to do here? I'm going
Cut it
to
in the middle.
But
and see what goodness. Ooh la la.
ooh, it's steaming. Ooh, it's steaming hot, everyone. Holy shnikes, it is steaming hot. I looked at this and I said, wow, it looks like a carpet or something.
Carpet.
Yeah, the cake kind of resembles a carpet. I was like, please don't be dry. And then it's nice and hot. Look at that molten chocolate there.
Goodness.
Yes. Ooh la la. Ooh la la indeed. So we are brought back into this universe again. And I'm so glad, thanks to Clyde. Thanks to Clyde. Oh, okay. There we go. Go. You know, it's not too sweet.
It's good.
It's decadent without being too sweet.
I want to try this ice cream by itself.
Yeah.
What makes it Hokkaido? It's good. This is really good.
Okay. So they have soft serve ice cream with like boba or some other accompaniments. But I was like, let's get the best of both worlds and just have cake and ice cream. Yeah. I'll try that ice cream by itself.
It's good. La la.
It's really like a firm ice cream. It doesn't taste like it has like too much
Not too
butterfat
sweet.
content. No.
Yeah.
But it's very smooth and firm vanilla ice cream. And then, you know, just like finishes kind of milky.
Can't stop eating this. I can't stop eating it.
I should have gotten another one, huh?
No.
So I didn't know if we had enough in us, so I just said, let's just split the dessert. Because you order this in the beginning when you fill out that sheet, right?
Wow, this is really good.
This is
really good dessert, guys. You gotta order this.
This is a must order.
This is a
Because
must.
it's not too overly done with the sweetness at all. It really is in check. Yet
Even-
it feels decadent. In your mouth, it's luxurious.
Even if you disappear and they don't notice you, yell to get this. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It's like it's brought substance to our lives and substance to our skin again. Right? But thanks to Clyde. So if you're watching this, Clyde, you're the MVP today.
He is MVP because, wow, that's
This is awesome.
Jeez, that is awesome.
So, we had a very good meal here at Kiwami Food Hall. Very, very good. But
I'm
I
actually
think,
full, and I'm still like, I need to eat this.
so I think,
They won't let me stop.
and we had some excellent food today. But I think
Delicious.
the thing that caps off, I mean, the dessert is so awesome. It is so, so good. So don't write this off
Quick
as
close.
just
This meal.
don't write this off as like lava chocolate cake and ice cream because it's really different.
Yeah.
It's really different.
It's just sweet enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not overly sweet. The ice cream provides that different temperature and
it's a firm ice
texture.
cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ice cream is also good. Just like, it's not like a buttery Danish cookie ice cream. It's very clean tasting too. It's just really everything refined about it. I would gladly, and of course I ate more than JP did. I would gladly order a second one of these. But we have more food eating to do later tonight.
Oh, yes, we do.
So we need to save ourselves,
yeah.
right?
And
of
come
course,
back again for this.
yeah. But
Just for this.
for
I would
this,
come back just for that.
Wow.
It's so good.
yeah.
Lava cake with Hokkaido ice cream. Remember that.
Yes. Yes, get that. We almost ordered the Nutella thing, but
Oh, yeah, we almost did that.
but I wanted to show you guys because of the Hokkaido Soft Serve ice cream. They made a big deal out of it, and then on a lava cake, holy shnikes. This is the thing I'm thinking we'll be talking about for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Fair to say, as excellent as our savory stuff was. Well, maybe not all excellent, but you know, really good to excellent, let's say. This is the showstopper.
Yeah.
The curtain call is the showstopper. There you go.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And that cake,
The cake is amazing.
you know, it's not dense. It's like almost light as a cloud. Yet
Anong tawag dito? Light as a cloud. Yeah.
light as a cloud. Yet it's substantial, and yet it's substantial. It's got like a smooth, like pasty texture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then with
It's a
that
good texture.
ice
against
cream,
the ice cream. Yummy.
so good. And again, not sweet, not overly sweet. So if you don't like sweet, just sweet enough. This is sweet enough.
Yeah.
But
It's
it is
perfect
so,
sweetness.
so perfect. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That is so just gratifying and satisfying.
The best way to end the meal. So remember, when you come to Kiwami Food Hall, to save room for dessert, or just come here for,
look at this.
or just.
My shirt is eating. Look at this.
Well, now you can prove to yourself you're not a ghost anymore. Okay. Even though everybody's emptied out and all the customers are over there instead. Wow. But this is really delicious. Really delicious. Last bite, everyone.
Snack for later.
A snack for later. So that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Just kidding.
You can come here for snack too. I mean, there's nobody else here. So,
Maybe they close in the afternoon.
yeah, could be.
They even clean the walls. Check it out.
Yeah. And it's highly sanitized. Yeah, highly sanitized here too. So everybody, you come here, they sanitize your table and everything, and so they're really clean, really meticulous. Yeah. There you go. See? There you go. That's proof.
Everything on this table has been sanitized.
But then and then, as for the people here, Clyde's MVP. Go look for him. So
Yeah, look for him.
Clyde the Glide Drexler. We're back in 1992, everybody. Even if he
Clyde,
was.
they're gonna be looking for you.
Andrew, thank you, sir.
Yes.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.
It's
Thank you, sir.
amazing. Truly amazing.
So look out for a vlog. You'll be there.
Yep. Indeed. Delicious. There you go. All gone in 7 minutes.
2 seconds.
2 seconds flat. That's another inside joke of ours of someone we know. So that's all I can disclose. You know, we have our own we love making we're always impersonating people that we've ever met. But it's always just it's all of good
It's
fun.
out of good fun. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna fill out the rest of the survey card.
What are you gonna put on there? What's the question?
What do you mean, what is the question?
Why? What did it say?
Okay. Let
Why
me
or
see.
why not?
Is this your first time in your store? Yes. Would you recommend us to a friend? Definitely. Especially because of the cake and ice cream. So I say, why or why not? Okay. Well, let's see if I can write this well. Watch and subscribe. Yeah, that's the best way of ending the video. Subscribe. And then name of blog.
2.
Yeah. I can write, everybody. Yeah, you can see that. I can't see that. And then on YouTube. P.S. Clyde
Rocks.
is MVP. Okay, that's the end of the video. Yes, there you go. This is like waking up into it. You didn't realize you woke up into a nightmare because you've been awake the entire time.